Apply pressure.
Yep.
Appropriate pressure. Awesome. Well, since I called you out already, one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to go around and we're going to just have everybody introduce themselves, um, and just give a quick, like 20, 30 seconds to introduce yourself and what you do and one ask or need that you have for your business or your church. And just before we do that, a couple housekeeping things real quick. We do have a mute button. I'm going to let you guys be big kids and you guys can use your mute button as you see fit. But do know that if there's any background noise like virtual learning or animals, that it may get in the way of people being able to hear. So just be wary of that. Also, in your chat section, if you're not too familiar with Zoom, which I think everybody is at this point, you can hit chat, and on the right side of your screen, you should see a chat section. That's where you can put all your contact information, kind of your digital business card over there, any questions you have, and then we're going to save that whole chat for this meeting, and we're going to send that and email that out to the participants today, so you guys have reference of who was here and what we talked about. So don't put anything in the chat you don't want people to see forever. That's the only disclaimer I'll make. But that's where we're going to have that there for you, so you guys can have that part of your reference there. Other than that, you can click on reactions and raise your hand if you want to jump in and say something. But without further ado, let's start with you, Mr. Cummins. So why don't you give us a quick 30-second about you and what you guys need for your church?
Well, good morning. I am Tim Cummings. I am an accredited mentor to small and medium-sized business owners and entrepreneurs. I get to get excited when other people's businesses do well. And a gifting I have is in vision, speaking out the vision for your business and then executing on a proper sequence. So that's one of the roles I serve with the church. For 3 years, I did all their technology, recorded videos, things like that. Now that we actually have a building and a staff, I'm been able to step back from that a little bit. But one of the things we want y'all to know is Stevens Valley has agreed to host a Christian Business Expo that's sponsored by Christian Business Leaders Roundtable and the Tennessee Christian Chamber of Commerce. On October 24th, we have it as an event in the Bellevue Chamber. So if you'll take a look at that, we look to have 50 exhibitors and 400 to 500 people attend. We have segmented the day into a morning and afternoon to kind of spread out the crowd, social distancing, but we'd love to have you register to come. It's free to attend and to participate.
And when is that again?
October 24th.
October 24th.
10 to 2. That is the Alabama UT football game. We understand that. So you register for the morning, get your networking brunch, and then we have the Rutherford room with a 71-inch TV set that we'll be glad to have the game showing there for the afternoon.
I'll be there, and I probably won't be watching the football, but it sounds like a fun time. I don't have a dog in that fight, so but that's awesome. Very cool. I love that you're doing something really nice there, and for the community and businesses will definitely help you spread the word. All right, moving on. Billy Fly, why don't you introduce yourself, sir?
All right. Like I said, my name is Billy Fly. I work for a company called Miller Rich, and I work with individuals with disabilities. And what my angle is all employment. So I do supported employment, provide services from the beginning, helping individuals even just figure out their interests at all, and then working through services that can provide anything from, volunteering to just going out, experiencing different businesses, working on job skills, social skills, interviewing skills, everything involved leading up to a job, to finding a job, then helping individuals find jobs, go through that process of finding a job, and then providing, once an individual has a job, providing job coaching on site on the job as well afterward, to kind of bring stability as well until that individual is independent and can do it on their own. So that's the services that I provide through my company. And so this is my first time on one of these with the chamber. We've been part of the chamber this year. So just want to make some connections and hopefully, see what's possible in the Bellevue community in the area to be able to provide some great services and, some employment for are individuals that can benefit your businesses and them as well.
Great, man, that's awesome. Very cool. Love that story. So you guys heard it here. If you know anybody, and let me ask you a real quick question, Billy. How do you find individuals, or how do they find you?
I think it comes through mostly through their funding, through their funding spheres, whatever it is, through the state funding or that type of thing. And they contact their support coordinators, contact our company and say, hey, we have individuals. Can you take them? Here's who they are. And we kind of meet them and go through that process to see if it's a good fit. And if we have the time and resources to be able to do that, then we kind of go from there. So
very cool. What a wonderful service to the community too. All right. All right, let's keep going. Miss Martine Sanders, come on.
Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. I'm Martine Sanders. I'm with the Manning Agency. We're independent insurance agents in West Nashville. And I thank the Chamber for getting us together like this, since we can't get together in person. So I'm just looking to connect with people that need insurance, also working with people in the community that might need help one way or another.
Awesome. All right. And do you have an ask today or anything specific that you want to ask of us?
Actually not for me, but for the Nashville Diaper Connection. I'm very associated with them, and needless to say, they have given out more diapers this year already than they did all of last year between the tornado and COVID and the need. So should anyone have diapers to donate or money they would like to donate to a charity, I'm throwing out a plug for the Nashville Diaper Connection.
Nashville Diaper Connection.
Martine, I have a quick question about that
Sure.
too. For the Diaper Connection, do they still need help with the deliveries, with physically driving product to families?
They need help taking it to certain locations, like pickup locations. They're trying to make it like in neighborhoods. Also, they have a new kind of diapers have to be wrapped, a new wrapping service where they take like boxes of diapers to homes so like high schoolers that need to get in service hours for their school, they can wrap the diapers there. So they're needing people also to do that, to drop diapers off for families.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
I was about to ask that too. And if you would remember too, Martine, can you put like a contact into the chat box of how we can get in touch with you about that? Because that's so very, very needed.
I definitely will.
Like, the first time I ever worked with a diaper bank was just a few years ago, but just before I came to Nashville, I did not realize that even if you're on food stamps, you don't get diapers.
No.
And that your kid's not allowed in the daycare without clean diapers. So some of the stories were heartbreaking, what some of those moms would do just to try to cover it.
Yeah. Exactly, because there's no government program that will provide diapers if there's a child in need. And I will share one story from Doug at the diaper bank. They do a lot of corporate wraps they're used to. So it's like a little challenge. They get a bunch of people in a corporate setting and it's team building kind of thing. And a lady from a huge corporation came up and thanked him. She said, I would not be here today if it wasn't for you. And he was like, well, I invited everybody, kind of thing. And she said, no, like 2 years ago, I'd had twin babies. My husband left me. And she goes, and I had to decide between food and diapers. And she goes, and I was able to get diapers from you, finish up what little school she had left, and get the job she had.
That's an amazing story and really cool. I have 3 young children that are in indentured servitude to me, so I might put them to work wrapping diapers for you. I'm just saying.
Okay. I'll put the information for the Diaper Connection in the chat.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always looking for ways to put them to work for common good. That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Very cool. Well, very nice. I mean, I think I'm going to change the focus of this meeting today to community service. So far, like everybody is kind of on the same page here today, which is pretty awesome. All right. No pressure, Betsy. You're up.
Okay, so what better way to serve the community than to help people with their furniture? That's my lead-in. So my name is Betsy Lindell. I represent 8 different manufacturers of office furniture. When I say office, it means everything from a business to really any public space. So you can think higher education, K through 12, lobbies, entrances, common areas within any kind of a building, church, school, medical office, etc. So what that means is we've also taken some of those spaces and moved them into our homes recently. So I do offer some consultation with that as well. If you know of anybody who needs help setting up a space in their home, either for their office, business, or children's schooling, Jacob can help with that as well. I'm sure he'll tell you a little bit about that. And my ask today is just that really, if anybody knows of someone, a business in Bellevue or a friend of yours or a neighbor, colleague, etc., who is struggling with something that that you're just not sure who to connect them with or how to help them, reach out, let me know, let us know, let the chamber know, and you know, we're really good at putting our heads together and saying, hey, you know who might be able to help that person, so and so. So we're all here to help each other, help lift each other up through this, and don't be afraid, shy to ask for help, and we'll try to make it happen.
Perfect. Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Betsy. Dr. Ryan, are you on? I don't see a face, but I see a person. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sorry. I am en route into the office, so I wanted to make sure that I was able to be in the proper place at the proper times.
No problem. Be careful, but if you can, go ahead and give us a 30-second on you.
Absolutely. So I am Dr. Ryan. I'm with Crossroads Chiropractic. We've been serving the Bellevue community now for just over 3 years, and we are neurologically based chiropractors, and essentially what that means is we not only look after your spine but also your nervous system, simply because it controls and coordinates every single thing in your body, right down to your muscles, tissues, and organs. And at any point in time, actually through the different things in life or just even stress, when your body is unable to adapt to all of these different things, it can actually be a result of misalignments in your spine. It's causing things like irritation, inflammation, and dysfunction, as well as over time it can also cause pain. And it's our job, in order to make sure that your entire spine and your nervous system is clear of those interferences, allowing you to adapt, and especially in a COVID-19 time. It's also responsible for the strength of your immune system as well. So it's super important is to make sure that every single thing in your body is functioning properly in order to allow you to function properly and be able to look after your family and your friends and be able to serve the community that we love. So I'm Dr. Ryan, and I'm with Crossroads Chiropractic.
Awesome. Well done. Hey, I love Jocelyn. She's one of our favorites, and a great person over there, owner of Crossroads. So we just absolutely happy to have you. Thank you so much. One of these days I'll be coming to see you guys too and get straightened out, because I'm kind of pretzelish right now, kind of like doing one of these things. So
I'm going to hold you to that.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Miss Darla, why don't you go ahead and give us 30?
Hey, good morning. Thank you everyone for being here. I'm so excited to see everybody. My name is Darla Morrison. I've been with the board, for almost 2 years now. I love being a part of this particular group because I love meeting people, hearing your stories, and also knowing everything I can do to help you with connecting you to the right people, helping your small business, just getting to meet you face to face. And I also am trying to get 3 things done right now. That's why I've got my video off, so you are not following me through the house. But I am my background is in public relations, communications, and psychology. I am a Rodan Fields consultant, so I work with women, helping them with their businesses, creating some extra revenue. But I'm also working on a summit right now that I'll be launching in September that will be connecting women entrepreneurs with other women. So I'm excited about that. And I appreciate all of y'all being on here. And thank you, Martine, for sharing about the diaper bank. I really have a passion for that.
That's awesome. Very cool. All right. Thank you, Darla. All right. Diane Fay, I'm going to put you on the spot. You just joined us, but could you give us a quick 30 seconds of who you are, what you do, and then maybe an ask for your business? Oh, and you're muted, my darling. Let's get you unmuted here. There you go.
I
Gotcha.
appreciate the link. Just a shout out to Dr. Ryan, if he's still on. I'll be seeing you in about 2 hours, Dr. Ryan, because I have an appointment. Probably the best chiropractic office that I've been to. It's just an amazing, amazing thing. Anyway, I'm Diane Romel-Fay. I am opening up my new business. I'm working very hard on trying to get all the things prioritized. My new business is called Creative Solutions VA. The VA does not stand for Virginia. It actually stands for Virtual Assistant. So anything that you would need administration-wise, creating documents, creating newsletters, creating flyers, a branding board, any kind of, if you need to look up background checks, telephone number checks, anything like that, anything that you would ask an administrative assistant to do, that's why I'm here. It's a freelance thing. And the client, the reason why someone would want to hire me is because they don't have to pay for any overhead. They don't have to pay for a computer. They don't have to pay for an office for me. They don't have to pay for an IT person to come in, and when your computer breaks down, they don't have to pay for any of that. So I also can do an email management, calendar management, appointment taking, customer service, anything like that. I'll be happy to help.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I think that's definitely kind of the way of our future these days is, everything is so virtual. You're definitely getting on a niche there for sure. Very good. Awesome, guys. Well, my name is Jacob Tippett. I'm the lead for our team. That's the Member Relations Committee. Member Relations Committee is a group of people that are committed to finding ways to connect you with the chamber and with the public and possible ROI for your involvement with the chamber. That is our main mission, is just try to find a way that your membership goes further. So the people that you see here in this room today that are part of the MRC would be Betsy, myself, and Darla and Amy. Amy has stepped away for a little bit, but she's also the CEO of the chamber. But you can reach out to any one of us at any point, any specific needs or asks that you have. We have a couple programs that are coming on right now that we're doing, like Front Door Fridays. Front Door Fridays is where we will come to you, or you can take a picture yourself, but we're looking for media and content of the front of your building and a little blurb about who you are and what you do. And then we are putting that out on social media and our platforms. In case you did not know, right now you guys are streaming live on Facebook, so you can say hi to all the people out there in social media land. This is the positive part of social media. Everybody look, this is the good part of it. Yay. But we're also looking at another program for you guys too. We are calling the Fist Bump 5. What this is for those that are adventurous enough right now to meet in person, that they want to do that. We are limiting small groups of 5 to meet at particular venues. One of them we think will be probably city limits. We love those guys, but there's going to be some of those groups that are going to be forming, and we'll get you some more information as that comes along. But the idea is we would just have a small group of 5 people that want to network together and just meet, social distance, masks, hand sanitizer, the whole thing, but at least being able to provide an opportunity for people to meet in person if they're comfortable to do so. So that's the whole spiel, all of the nitty gritties, and I'm so glad you guys are able to introduce yourselves and what you guys do. So without further ado, let's get into a little discussion topic. If there was a way to throw gasoline or even kerosene on a fire right now, I'm going to try to do that without starting a fire. What I'd like to throw out there, I know Betsy's laughing at me. She's like, what are you talking about? We did not discuss this. No, we did not. So get ready, buckle up. So here's something fun that I wanted to put out there as a discussion topic today. We are obviously in the big COVID issue and climate right now that we all know is opinionated and political, and it can, be all sorts of wonderful things. But one of the things that is going on right now is we do have an election coming up, and we do have politics that are taking form and shape in our culture. I don't want to get into politics and all that today, but what I do want to ask, and this is a question that, that I hope to communicate clearly is, what I'd like to ask is there anything that you see in your local government or that is happening that is specifically related to your industry that you would like to see happen or not happen, that it literally specifically affects your industry? Now, I'm not talking about broad sweeping changes. We all know that taxes can play a part on business, and there's large sweeping changes that could be an issue for business. But is there something that is specific, a rule, regulation, or law that is coming up, or that you want to have be a part of a discussion with one of your local officials that would either help you, or something that might not be helpful that you want to communicate? And the reason why I bring this forward is that one of the wonderful things about the Chamber is that we are non-political, but we do have access to a lot of our local politicians. And that is people in Metro Council, that's, state representatives. And there might be a way that we could help get those messages forward, at least create a conversation, or help you create a conversation in those ways. Again, this is not a way for us to, get real political with things, but if there's anything specific to your industry that you want to bring forward, that's kind of the discussion topic for today. We are also going to talk about specific needs and challenges like we normally do in obstacles. The other part about this today is that we want to synergistically come together and figure out if we can find solutions for each other. So not a time to get crazy political in conversation, but let's see if we can help each other, and even more so if the Chamber can do something to put forward a message in conversation with our local government. So anybody want to jump in on this very crazy hot topic? I see Betsy already unmuted. Go for it, Betsy.
Yeah, I'll take this one. Just something that came to mind. And it's, of course, not fully formed because you just asked the question. So bear with me. But something that affects my business directly is the speed, or usually lack of speed, at which the codes compliance officers and inspections officers are able to give building, move construction projects along from phase to phase, including and most critically providing certificates of occupancy, which then allows people to actually move into their new spaces. And oftentimes we get stuck as furniture suppliers, rush, everything's rush. We need this by this date. We're opening on this date. We jump through all these hoops, and we bring this stuff to our warehouse, and we're ready for the install. And guess what? We don't have a permit yet because things got held up in construction. Tim, you can probably relate to this. You just went through a construction project, right? Was everything like super smooth, or? Oh, sorry, you're muted.
I got you. Have you? Uh-oh, I'm gonna stop touching the button. You do it, Tim.
Yeah, I think he's unmuting himself.
How's that?
There you go.
Good.
When the utility guys tell you there's an 8-inch water line at the corner of your project, and when you go to connect, it's actually a 6-inch water line.
Oh, yeah.
It does create a little bit of a problem.
Yeah. Sure.
Because then the fire protection folks say you don't have enough water. So yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of that. I think just within our city growing as quickly as it is, the codes department could really stand to get a little boost. I'm sure they've asked for everything, but never hurts to ask again.
I would like to propose an initiative to drop a lot of energy drinks at the codes department and just energy drinks and Three Musketeers and Snickers bars and just like throw them on their desk and be like, just get it done, people. Just get it done.
Yeah.
And that's terrible for me to say because I don't know what they go through. But that's a really good point. You know, I mean, I should probably mention, and I forgot to. My real job, the one that actually makes me a living, is through Office Furniture, and Betsy is one of my suppliers. I'm actually a dealer here in Nashville, so I deal with the same issues as far as permits, construction times, lead times. We are a rapidly growing city, and it is, and even through COVID, we're still growing, which is crazy. But it is difficult to gauge timing on projects when, it's a domino effect. If the construction doesn't finish on time, then furniture could get delayed. Furniture sits in a warehouse. I mean, there's all sorts of crazy domino effects there. So really good point to make there, Betsy. Anybody else have anything else and concerns that they want to bring forward? Ooh, I think this is a tough topic. I think this is a really tough topic. Yeah. Everybody's like, oh no.
We're trying to
Like
walk the
Diane
path
Skeeter
between the
there.
valley.
Yeah. Yeah. The extremes. And there's
Dance.
I know. Yeah. And Diane's got a puppy dog. I love that. That's not a puppy.
No,
That is
she's a kitty cat.
This is called Zim fatigue, people. I can't even tell the difference.
Siamese cat.
Dog.
It's a Siamese cat.
Yeah. So let me ask Billy, since you're right there, Billy. As far as political leaders go, and as far as regulations, do you guys run into anything that is a challenge?
I think just the concern is always for vulnerable populations,
Okay.
and those with disabilities are clearly in that category. So
Right.
it's always just to kind of keep that at the forefront, that we always keep our vulnerable populations in mind and how some things affect population and how much it's magnified for those who are already vulnerable, to think about their needs. And I think that's just kind of a general, but nothing specific at the moment. I know for me, as far as there's just a lot of liability issues. We try to do our services in businesses, and a lot of corporations and larger businesses, it's more of an issue of, liability. We can't let you come in for unpaid. We have unpaid, job samplings or job experiences or unpaid volunteer work, to get these experiences. And, that's hard enough. But then with COVID, there's a whole nother layer. So it's difficult to try to get these experiences and these services. So, even though we have laws to protect all that and insurance, still difficult.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I bet there's a lot of gray area there.
Yeah.
That isn't necessarily covered. Interesting. Okay. Is there anything in current laws, regulations, policy that you would like to see as far as protection and opening up more access to?
I think that there are laws there. I just think that I don't know. It just doesn't seem like the laws exist, but companies are like, well, once anything with liability comes up, like, sorry, there's just no conversation about it. It's cut. It's that kind of thing. It's just
okay.
So
there's really no follow up or real oversight over it. It's just it is what it is, and people move on.
But let me say the other side of that is a lot of that businesses are so busy. There's so many things, and a lot of it is not being able to see because they've not experienced the value that someone like Billy Serves can bring to an organization. I mean, I had a sign project years ago that I did with a new technology that was very labor intensive. And we went to the VA and actually got people with disabilities through the VA to build our signs for us. And it was really interesting when you went in there because there was two classes of workers, and there was ones that were doing jobs they really didn't want to do. And then ones doing jobs like our job where they actually were in the process of making a complete product. And there was a lot of pride that look at what we've done. And, some of the other projects were like counting out bolts and nuts and stuff to make hardware kits, which again, it's necessary and it's important, but you don't necessarily see the end result of what you've contributed. And I think if there was a way, and this might be something the chamber might want to look at, to introduce business owners to what can be done. I drive for Lyft just to make connections with folks. And I took a young man who was going to his second day working for Tractor Supply, and he actually had Down syndrome. And he was so excited, and he was talking about, I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to stay late, and I'm going to learn this stuff, and I'm going to be the best one they had. And he was so excited to be given an opportunity. And there's some folks who can do some really great things. Yeah. If you know, if you can get past that, I don't know what the liability would be, so I'm saying no, to seeing what a contribution this could be. And I'll tell you, Downs are very special people. Mm-hmm. And I, for all the challenges, I've never been around any of them where there just isn't just a pouring out of love mm-hmm. and affection that just really can impact a team or an organization in an amazing way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Very much so.
It sounds like one of the things that you're touching on there, Tim, is that it's about spreading the word and the communication that this exists, but not only that it exists, sharing what the liabilities and laws and regulations are for that particular program. So, Billy, if you've got information on that you want to share as far as how that, how we can communicate with business owners that this is available to them, that there's no need to worry or fear about, the liabilities, that this is covered, this is how it works. That might be something that we could push forward for you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I think there are probably some folks in the chamber members that do videos. I bet you have 2 or 3 success stories that could be put into a 3.5 minute video.
We could do a front door Friday.
That could be an amazing, it could open the door to people to see, oh, this isn't what I thought it would be. We have a very similar challenge with Big Picture High School. Mm-hmm. Big Picture High School is an innovative school under Metro. The kids only go to class 3 days a week. 2 days a week, they intern in businesses, and they can do anything that they can find a mentor for. So sometimes getting business people to see the opportunity that's there is a real challenge. And once they have these kids as interns, it's amazing what a difference it makes on both sides of the equation.
Yeah. The stories are powerful, and really put feet to the ground, reality for it.
Well, and it fights that fear. Fear is unknown. If I can see where there've been some positive results, it lowers that threshold of resistance.
Mm-hmm. And there's so much value for having employment. It just reaches so many needs for an individual. It meets socially, financially, independence. Just it covers so many. Whereas maybe one service might cover different things, but employment can really bring such a life change for individuals. And we really try to navigate the direction, let the individual navigate the process based upon their interest. We don't want to say, this is where you should go, this is what you should do. We let them flow from it, just like anyone else, and try to reach the best outcomes we can through their interests, and kind of go that direction,
Well, that's awesome. And I think, it's not unknown to, I think most people that there's a huge benefit for that person with a disability, but there's also a huge benefit for the owner and the team.
Oh yeah.
And it's huge, it's amazing to have those people around, and it just like, Tim was saying, they just brighten your day so much. So I think that it does a service on both sides, and something that, especially right now, if we can help you spread that message and share with those business owners what it takes to be involved in that sort of program, then that is also something positive we can put through social media, and it's start bringing a little bit more light in the world right now that is getting so
awesome.
Dark.
Yeah. And our Facebook page for our company, we're posting, our job coaches and our job developers are posting every day, videos and stories where people can see this is what's going on. This is the type of activity that's happening, and the, positive outcomes in investing in our individuals. So there's some really good stuff that I'd love to participate on, like what you're saying, spread that,
Billy,
that more aware.
Billy, I've been doing a book study right now on the like switch, and it's about how to build friendships. It's written by an ex-FBI agent whose job was to convert foreign nationals into double agents and stuff. But one of the things that I just read that just blew my mind is we think, it's a misconception that we build friendships faster by doing favors for others. And he says, actually, you build a stronger friendship by asking them to do a favor for you.
Wow.
And it's kind of, when you start to think about it in detail, what you're doing when you ask someone, would you do me a favor? Would you watch my drink while I go to the restroom? You're elevating them. You're putting them on a pedestal. You're putting trust in them. And that makes them more strongly connected to you. And one thing you all might think about doing is you have videos, you have stories that you put on your sites, maybe a program to get people that you run across to host some of those stories on their website. You don't have to hire somebody, just help us spread the word so we can find more people where it would be a good fit. And just, would you do me a favor? Would you mind just having a place? Do you have a place where you put one of our videos for 2 weeks or something like that? First thing is you expand your footprint. Second thing is you're going to get a buy-in from them, because if they're going to invest the use of some time and space on their website, they're going to be committed to you. And then all of a sudden they've got the video there, and they watch the video and say, oh, maybe we could do that too. So I think that's a very, very specific request you could ask of people, that minimum involvement on their part, but could be huge in building that relationship of friendship where they become much more engaged
and connected.
And it'll spread it's just like, putting on Facebook and having people share it to their timelines and things. You'll draw credibility from the people who have it running on their website.
Yeah. Hey, really good stuff. It's, I hadn't thought about that side of things, but, it is interesting. Like when you ask somebody to do a favor for you or to help you in some way. I mean, I'm the worst. My wife would tell you I'm a terrible self-promoter. I do not like promoting what I do or how I do it. She has taught me that lesson more than a few times, that I need to actually speak about what I do. And to your point, Tim, I just don't ask for favors all that often. I just don't ask for people to do that. In a time like right now, where we have a slowdown in so many different industries, it takes a lot of courage to go up and say, can you help me? And, interestingly enough, just this last week, I had to do that. I had to go to some of the people that might be a lead generator for me and say, can you help me? Times are slow. Do you know of anything that can help me? And how quickly they were willing to jump in and say, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll try, keep my ears open. Maybe I don't have anything for you now, but I'll keep my ears open. And to your point, Tim, they engaged and they are happy to engage and wanted to engage. So maybe a real big takeaway from this for all of us in all of our businesses is to be brave, to be courageous and say, I'm going to ask somebody, hey, do you know of anybody, or do you, ask for that favor? I jokingly said, hold my beer, but he said, hold my drink while I go. But, it's more.
Think about the trust you're putting in them. You're saying my safety is important to me. I need to go do this. Can you help me stay safe? So that's huge. Can I build 2 points real quickly on this?
Sure.
2 things that hinder us, and you say you're reticent sometimes to ask for help. Number 1 is we tend to work from a sense of scarcity. Nobody has what I need, so let me go big and see what I get. And I will tell you, and I do this through my sabbatical search group and through my mastermind group and everything, is the more specific you are in your request, the better results you will get. because what we don't want is to put the burden on somebody else to think through what it is they can do to help us. You know, if I say I need more customers, well, who knows what my customers are like? But if I ask you for a red-headed flute player, everybody has an answer for me. I know one or I don't. And chances are, if you say, I don't know a red-headed flute player, you're going to say, but what about a blonde flute player? What about a red-headed accordion player? You know, the more specific we get, the more responses we'll actually get back.
Mhm.
And the other thing that's really interesting is you never know who you're talking to. When I drive for Lyft, I ask people, what do they do? And it's 90% of the people will tell me what they do, but they won't tell me who they do it for. Who's the company they work with? And I'm just a Lyft driver, right? Well, I have 1,300 businesses in my network. You know, somebody may be looking for office furniture. And if you don't say, I work in office furniture for XYZ company, then you might lose that sale. What could be a potential sale. So be bold, assume you're talking to the person you should be talking to, or that once you've talked to them, they will know who needs it. And then be very specific in what we ask for. And you'll be amazed, because a lot of times they may not have it when you're talking to them, but their subconscious will continue to work on that very specific request.
Yeah.
And they'll be sitting in Panera or someplace minding their own business, and their subconscious will wake them up and say, listen to that conversation over there. And they're going to be talking about exactly what you asked for.
Mhm.
Oh, I know who needs your services. I know who needs what you do. Let me introduce you.
So I work for Office Furniture and Related Services in Nashville on 901 South 5th Street in East Nashville. We procure everything. No, I think that's a very, very good point, and it's something I'm terrible at on most days. But I think it's also a perfect segue now that we've kind of given that that platform out there for specific needs and specific requests. So the next thing that I really want to do in the last 15 minutes we have is let's just go, and I'm gonna put you guys on the spot, each one of you, to say something that you specifically could use. And to Tim's point, how detailed can you get? How specific can you get? Again, this may just start digging into people's subconscious, so that it may not be tomorrow, it may not be next week, but sometime down in the future, they go, oh man, that just clicked. That specific need that Billy or Diane needed came up in conversation today. I better give them a call. So let's start off with specific needs. And Darla, I'm going to put you on the spot because you've been too quiet. Is she there? Maybe she's not there. Darla, you home?
I'm here. Yes,
Oh, there you are. Okay.
I couldn't get to my microphone. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Darla, I'm putting you on the spot though. Give us a specific need.
Oh, wow. Specifically right now, as I am honestly, from a business point of view, from launching this summit, wow, there's just so many moving parts right now. Someone who is very familiar with how to make sure that how to code a link that I would be sending out to the speakers. So if anyone is really good with that kind of stuff, of making sure that a link would go well and that I code it correctly.
Code a link. What the link would link to what?
That's this summit is going to be, I am needing to send a link that is coded to the speakers. And when someone from the summit comes to them, that okay, so no, I'm sorry, I've got it backwards because I'm.
Hey, Darla, why don't you give me a call? My number's in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I can help you get to the right person, but I need to understand a little bit better what you're trying to achieve.
Right.
But I have 30 years of development and coding communication systems for membership organizations.
Well, there you go.
Awesome.
That'll do it. You didn't expect someone to be in the group today that could do that for you, right, Darla?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't expecting you to ask. I wasn't going to say anything. So thank you.
But see, guys, look, it works.
Right.
You
Sure.
ask specifically, and you never know who's on here. So
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Well, let's see what else we can do. Dr. Ryan, you on? Maybe.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
All right. Give us a specific need.
A specific need for us right now would be putting me in touch, or the office in touch with not only businesses and organizations and even schools or smaller companies and things like that would be willing to allow us to actually come in and essentially just share not only what it is that we specifically do, but also what the ability of neurologically based chiropractic care can do actually for each and every person, as well as for their families as well, because there's a lot of, especially in healthcare right now, and just every single thing that's going on. I was trying to frame things well, actually, for your earlier question about actually things involved in like the political sector and things like that, in terms of how we tend to react to a lot of healthcare as opposed to be proactive when it comes to our healthcare. Right. And for us specifically, when we are given the opportunities just to even start to connect some of the dots on just how our bodies work and on how they function, it allows a lot of people to see a different approach and a different way of addressing a lot of the things that go on within their own bodies and within their own health. So I would definitely love the opportunity to be able to come to these businesses, actually bring some food in order to be able to bless them and just say thank you for having us, and just share that information. And I would also love to be in contact as well as with any restaurants or things like that that would also be open to allowing us to use their food on a recurring basis, to be able to cater these workshops and these events as well. As I said, at the exact same time, allows us to be able to not only celebrate actually them and to uplift them in the community, but also at the exact same time allow us more and more opportunity to share with our community in a bigger way exactly what it is that we do and how we can help them.
That is awesome. So you hear that, Facebook land? It sounds like there's free food involved here. So
absolutely,
someone's
Dr.
gonna
Ryan.
That.
Yes, sir.
Do you know Linda Baggage?
Not off the top of my head, sir. I do not believe I do.
Moe's Catering.
Okay.
You'd be amazed how the healthy focus that Moe's has on their food.
Absolutely.
And they can do that.
I eat there myself often.
I will be glad to connect you with her. She does
wonderful
catering for them.
Wonderful.
And they'll be glad. You can say how many you want. They'll bring taco bar for everybody, whatever.
Oh, come
wonderful.
on. If there's a taco bar, I'm coming. I'm coming to that.
Hey.
So that's how we get you into the office.
But do you notice that you got very specific on that request?
Right.
Absolutely.
And you got an answer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Tim, you're invited to these every single month.
Well,
that's awesome.
Tim, you actually reminded me of what it actually says, is because I'm a bit of a faith person and a biblical person as well. And you actually reminded me of the example that was actually given actually through that stuff in very specific prayers is exactly the same, or the example that was said in exactly the same way of very specific asks. So I appreciate you sharing that information and just reiterating it, as it is extremely important to do so. So thank you, Tim, for that.
So you receive not because you ask not.
Exactly.
So awesome. Well, very good. So that was a very specific need. It was a great example. Diane, I'm going to put you now on the spot. What do you got?
Okay, well, I would need people who are starting new businesses, who are overwhelmed with everything that they need to do. Someone who maybe has an established business and is one of those that the desk is just completely covered with papers and they have to go through a bunch of papers to look up when the last time that they met with a certain person or the birthday of someone or their email is in complete disarray. The little the unbearable necessities basically that they have to take time out to do. I would like to do those for you. And I want to leave you as much time as possible to go out and close those deals. Um, those necessities are really important. And a lot of times you can't get to the next step in your business without all of those being in place. Also marketing. I'm pretty good with newsletters and flyers and marketing. So anything having to do with that, I would be more
Thanks.
than grateful for anything to come my way.
Awesome. Very good.
Diane, could I make a suggestion?
Yes,
What you
yes.
got, Tim?
What you said is great, but it doesn't lend to somebody specifically knowing what you want. If you could turn
Okay.
that presentation around by using someone that you've helped specifically that way, I'm looking for people like Terry. Terry's problem was paper every place. She couldn't get to what she needed. This is what we were able to do. Who do you know who's like that? So what you
I see. Okay.
you create an image in their mind of a person.
Mm-hmm.
And what'll happen is what you can do is say, well, we work on newsletters and we do this, but I specifically today want to talk about Terry, who was here. And what happens is if you toss out a couple of other things you do first, those are like boat anchors. Then you go to your specific. If they can't connect with the specific, chances are they'll pull you back to one of the boat anchors. Well, what do you do with newsletters? Okay. So this is a way to be very specific, get people to think, who's like Terry? Who's like Joe? Yeah, I know someone like Sally that she talked about. Maybe that would be a good fit. So when we talk, the more we can put up, and I don't mean you have to give them their whole life story and everything, but the more you can personify a person who has that need through where you've had experience, you'll start to develop those connections, and they really, I know who you can help.
Right.
So
I think that's a good
that might be helpful.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Really, really good point.
Hey, Jacob, kick me if I'm taking, I don't mean to be, but.
Oh, no. This is great. And this is why we do this too, is that we never know where we're going to find some amazing value in our community. And Tim, I really do appreciate all your feedback. It's been amazing. I think everybody here does too. This is really good stuff. And I'm just a moderator. I'm just the guy that, manhandles the buttons and stuff. But let's keep going. We've got about 4 or 5 minutes left in our time. I want to make sure to get Martine in here as well. So Martine, in this time we've been talking about this, have you thought about something very specific that you could need?
I hate to say this, it's kind of what I need all along. Is we are looking for customers who appreciate the value that we offer. Not the customer that wants to go online, gets the cheapest, lowest coverage on a home. People that truly look at this as part of their financial planning. An example would be a recent customer was buying a $1.8 million home. His prior agent wasn't answering the phone, wasn't answering his questions, and he found me through referrals and whatever, and was thrilled that I explained coverages, discussed how to protect him financially, and that kind of thing. So we are a concierge business, so we're looking for customers that are looking at this as a financial part of the financial portfolio versus just something the government makes me have, auto insurance. So that's the kind of customer I'm looking for.
Okay. Tim, you have any feedback on that one?
Martine has heard enough from me. She does a great job. But it's really how you approach your business. Are you just providing insurance? Are you a part of that financial plan? And a lot of people don't look at it that way. And all of a sudden something happens and it's like, oh, and I found out from I have great homeowners insurance, but I had a problem with my siding. It was squirrels eating it. My policy doesn't cover animals. You know, it
Well-
cost me $300 to fix it, but don't
Well,
think
I
I
would-
would have filed a claim for that anyway. But
And I would introduce you to a great financial planner I know, Mr. Jim Plasko, but I'm pretty sure you already know that guy. But it sounds like that might be another like specific need is to get to know some financial planners in the area that could find you those referrals and get those people to you.
I think Martine knows him just down the hall or on the next floor or something.
You're like kitty corner, like diagonal. Yeah. So she could like pound on the wall when he's playing his Def Leppard too loud.
I also have a couple contacts for that as well, y'all. If you need them, I'd be happy to send that your way. So just let me know.
There you go. There you go. That'd be awesome. So yeah, Martine and Dr. Ryan, why don't you guys connect and take a look at that? That's awesome. All right. Betsy, I know you got a specific need, darling, right?
I have lots of specific needs when it comes to furniture sales, so I'll just ask for one.
Okay.
Looking for someone who needs 20 chairs up to, shoot, if somebody needs 1 million chairs, I'll do it, but 20, 30, few hundred chairs, and they need them quickly. And they hear, oh, shoot, I need these chairs and I need them next week. And I'm going to go online. I'm going to buy something from Amazon. I'm going to buy something from Home Depot or Office Depot. And I'm going to make my office administrator build chairs for 2 days because I ran out of time and I don't know where else to go. Guess what? I have contract quality chairs with a lifetime warranty that look great, that can ship from California in 2 to 3 days. And if you know anybody who needs nice chairs that will last for a very long time and they need a bunch of them quickly, let me know.
Hey, Betsy.
Uh-oh.
The church is going into the old AMC theater.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of renovations there. I don't know if they've ordered their chairs yet or not.
Yep.
We don't know either. I've been trying to find out who's in charge of making those decisions. If you know, I'm happy to give them a call.
Well, I don't know yet, but let me see what I can find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me
the
know
Hills,
too.
is that what they're called?
Huh?
The Hills?
The Hill. Yeah, the Hills
Yeah.
Church, I think it is what that is.
It's on my radar, but I just can't find.
And
figure
I
out
don't
who's
know-
in charge
I
of anything.
I don't know if Eyes on Jesus. I know they took over the that little strip center
Mm-hmm.
where we used to meet for the business group,
Mm-hmm.
View Business Group. I know they've got chairs and stuff in there, but they may be looking at a point of needing something.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Folks, I have a call coming in that was scheduled for 10, so I apologize. I'm going to have to hop off, but it was really great to meet everybody, and thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Too, and thank you. Bye, Betsy. And I'm going to have to hop off as well. And Tim, I'll reach back out to you later.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thanks.
Well,
Thanks, Jacob.
Thank you, Darla. Thank you, Betsy. You guys are awesome. And don't forget, Darla and Betsy are some of our rock stars in MRC. So if you want to reach out to them specifically for some more help, that is our purpose. Billy Fly, we did talk about some specific needs, but did you have anything else you wanted to add to that? Anything more specific?
I'll start off super non-specific. I think our department we have maybe 55 clients presently. So you can imagine the huge, different, unique interest in the, within 55 different people. So that covers a great gamut. So basically that works. We try to keep a resource list where if anyone is willing, any type of business is willing to allow us to come in their business to experience anything, any type of work. I mean, the sky's the limit. We see value in experiencing every type of situation, every type of skill, from office work to anything indoors, outdoors, whatever. So, if there's anyone that has just that willingness, like, yeah, I'd be willing to give someone experience, whether it's computer experience, office experience, whatever type of business, just great to have a resource because we never know with our individuals where their unique interests lie. And I'll get really specific. I have an individual I'm working with that he likes bussing tables. He actually has a job at Edley's, but looking for a second job. And but he also loves the senior citizen population. So we're trying to get him in somewhere where he could do that within, like a assisted living situation, that type of thing. Put those things two together. He would love that. But right now with COVID, everything's kind of shut, in those environments, that type of stuff. So that's just an example of a specific need like that of an individual right there. But just kind of give you a big picture and small picture.
Have you talked to Park Manor Apartments?
Park Manor? I don't think so.
They're on Woodmont, just up from Harding.
Okay.
It started out as a Presbyterian retirement home, but they have restaurant. I don't know. I guess everything goes to the rooms now, but I know they had a restaurant facility there. It may take coming a little bit further off COVID for that to open up, but
yeah. And I think there's plenty of opportunities with a lot of places like that, but it's just, COVID is just, really put the wall on those opportunities right now, which is understandable in those environments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One thing I will mention is that Sheila Usselton, who is a member with us here in the chamber, she's been for the last ChamberConnect. She is actually business developer for Brookdale Senior Living. They are shut down, but it would be great to develop that relationship with her, because that would be something she would feel very, she'd be happy, I'm sure, to provide you with contact information and whatever's needed to get that individual involved. So I'll connect the two of you guys, and you guys can talk and see what their, what their limitations are, what their rules are right now. I mean, they still have outside help that come in and work in those facilities. So I'd imagine that, there's still openings for that in some ways. So I'll connect the two of you guys. That might be something I might be able to do for you. Awesome. All right. Well, we are over our time, but I want to make sure that everybody got in there and got something to say. And I'm so happy that you guys were able to do this. Tim, you did so much of helping. I didn't even ask you, did you have a specific need that you needed?
I absolutely do.
I just jumped right over you.
I need each one of you to identify two people, invite them, and bring them to the Christian Business Expo on the 24th of October. So it's free to attend. There will be you can order a networking brunch, which will be walk and talk food. It won't be sit down and eat. It'll be while you're going around, you can munch on your chicken and biscuit or your ribs or whatever while you walk around. But that's what I need specifically. If we're going to have 400 to 500 people attend, I got to have folks bringing folks. So.
Awesome. So that's October 24th, 10 to 2 p.m. And
I put all the information and a promotional flyer in the chat.
Perfect. I'm just saying it out loud for the Facebook audience that we hopefully have out there somewhere, but October 24th, 10 through 2 p.m. And it's a free event, you said?
Free event for the attendees. Yes. Okay.
And you had me at ribs, so I'll be there. I'll find two other rib lovers to come and hang out with me too, but that's awesome. That's a really great event. Cool. And then I'll also push my boss to see if he wants to exhibit. He'll likely, make me do it, but I'll be there. That's awesome. Very cool, guys. Well, I won't keep you much longer. I want to respect your time. Thank you, Facebook fans and friends out there that are watching this. And we will be doing this again at noon today. You're welcome to join and come hang out. You can do this twice. That's totally fine. We'll be doing this every first Thursday. So come hang out with us. Come say hi. And thank you guys so much for being here. It's good to see y'all.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Have a wonderful day.
Hey.
Thanks, Jacob, for facilitating. Appreciate it, bud.
You bet. Have a good one, you guys.
Take care.